Oh, God. Sweet Jesus.
That great sound means we're back for another one, man.
Hey, happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you too.
Past Easter, whatever.
Yeah,
Did you have a good Easter?
we did.
Yeah.
It was good. I did a pulled ham.
How did
So I
that turn
smoked
out?
it. It turned out really good.
Because I've heard of it, and it's hard to imagine a ham being like pull apart. You
it
know
was,
what I mean?
It was good. Yeah, I had to go for it. First of all, it took a long time to like find because you need like a bone-in ham or like a shank ham, there's the cut, I guess, or whatever. So then I ended up finding one, and yeah, it was pretty.
That sounds good.
It was good. It took a long time. Like it went for like 10 hours.
So that's the thing.
You know, so
Our buddy Zach said he was doing one. I'll have to ask him how it started out. But he said he was only doing it for I thought he said 3 or 4 hours. And I'm like, that doesn't feel long enough.
well, ours was a 10-pound one because we had some other people over, so it was pretty good size. And then problem is I put the glaze on a little too early, and it like burned in the bottom of the pan.
That happens.
But it wasn't, it wasn't that
Yeah.
big of a deal. There's still tons of flavor on it, so it was really, really good. So
I'll have to do it sometime.
so yeah. Anyways,
Yeah. Hopefully everyone had a good Easter.
Yeah.
We're back.
back for another one of We're Still Cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Sean.
And yes, we are. I'm Mike. And we have that Eric guy behind the boards judging us constantly.
Right.
Always judging.
Always judging.
Always watching, Wazowski. Always watching.
So I think to get us kicked off here, we normally have a drink.
We do, and we have a fancy one today. It's like we're in the down in the tropics.
Yeah. So this one is called the Blue Lagoon. So it's vodka, that blue curacao or the whatever, and then 7-Up. So you won't have to listen to Mike chug today because these are not chuggers. There's plenty of booze in
threaten
here.
me with a good time. I'll do it. I'll fucking send it.
But cheers to a good one
Everything's
here.
a chugger with the right attitude.
Right.
That's right. Yeah, I could still put my throat right there. Trust me. Cheers, boys. See, that's good.
Yeah.
But I want it to be summer. Also, you did a shit job at garnishing it. There should be like a cherry and a lemon.
Yeah,
and
it
an
actually
orange.
called for all that stuff.
Did it
And
really?
yeah. I was like, come on.
It's good enough. We have the cute straws.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
not
I
bad.
mean, that's cute.
Ooh, umbrella. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. It needed a few other things. Probably needs more ice.
Yeah. We're dudes. We're not too worried about it.
So
That
we
brings
said-
up something. I was talking to my kid the other day, and somehow it got brought up about
Booze brings up the kid.
dude. Well,
That's probably how it all happened.
he knows his dad. I'm fine. I ain't changing for no one.
Right, yeah.
No, but he was talking about we were at Kara's place or something. And he saw the little, those willow tree figurines.
No, I don't think I do. Willow tree.
They're like
figurines?
ceramic. Like you can get like you'd get Ashley one and it'd be like for Mother's Day, it'd be like
Oh, like a
mom and 2
Precious
kids.
Moments type
Yes.
thing,
Okay,
like
so
one of
that's-
those. Okay,
that's
yeah.
what I called it. I was like,
Okay.
in our day, there was Precious Moments, and then it went to these things. But Logan's like, we used to have some of those, and I was like, yeah, I think your mom has them. And he's like, well, you should get some and put them out. And I'm like, dude, you forget like you live with a dude. It's just me and you guys.
Right.
I'm not too big on the whole decorating thing.
Right.
Like I'll do enough, and I decorate a lot at holidays, but I'm like, I'm not putting out Precious Moments figurines. and stuff.
Michael Jordan posters on the wall.
Dude,
Come
don't
on,
tell me. Oh, dude, I've talked about it. I'm like, we could put a pool table in the living room, honestly.
Right,
Like,
honestly,
yeah.
that's. I mean, you really should just lean into the whole thing and go for it.
I
but-
want one of those
yeah.
huge Jason Kelsey garage beer signs.
Yeah.
And I told Kara I was going to put it above my bed. So no matter who's on top,
All right.
somebody
Gets
wins.
to enjoy.
He's a good looking man.
You heard what I did when I got the Chiefs flag, right?
Yeah, but please say it because I heard Aaron talk about it.
So I got this giant Chiefs flag that I wanted to put somewhere in my basement because I needed that. But the first thing I did was hang it above our bed.
like dead middle right above it. And what did she say?
Just waited until she saw it.
And what was her exact response?
Oh, I actually don't
I
remember.
thought
the
she
exact,
just walked
but
in
it
and
was
went like, "You've got to be kidding me," or something like that. She was like, "Not happening, Alan."
She's
Something.
like, "Fuck no, take that down."
yeah.
She's like, best night we ever had.
But again,
He was a champ.
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. What if she had been okay with it? You'd have
Right,
been like,
right.
yes. So anyway, yeah.
So earlier, before we got here, I was getting my hair cut. Shout out to Nicole.
She's awesome.
You know Nicole.
Yeah, we've known each other since high school.
So yeah, she's anybody looking for a good one, Nicole is awesome.
She's
Was it
amazing.
Onyx Salon, I think. Onyx Uptown Salon.
Yeah, because it
Yeah.
changed recently. But yeah, she's awesome.
Give her a shout out. She's like the coolest person, but she gave me a little gift to give to you. So
This is terrifying.
yeah. And she's also going to become a listener too. So
She cuts your hair.
hopefully, yeah.
She hasn't cut mine.
Clearly.
So me and Nicole get along great. We have basically the same personality when it comes to jokes and stuff. So this is a sticker apparently she gave me, and it said, "It's not an addiction until you've sucked dick for it." So I'm gonna remember this, and the next time someone says like, "God, you're kind of addicted to that," and be like, "I've never sucked dick for it." So,
There you go. Not an
God,
addiction.
what movie is that?
You ever
Oh.
suck dick for coke or whatever that is?
No, that's an addiction. Oh,
Yeah.
that's Bob Saget in
For weed. Yeah.
How High, or not How High. What is that called? The popular with
God,
Dave Chappelle.
what is that?
Oh my God, if I can't
we
think of
watched
this-
that
don't
movie
say it or I'm gonna
so
be
many
mad.
times.
Don't say it. It's oh my God, why am I blanking on this?
Oh man.
Half Baked.
Yeah.
Jesus
jeez,
Christ.
that was-
I was gonna get, dude, there's probably people listening like, are you out
Right,
of your mind
right,
right
yeah.
now?
That's a good one though. Like I need like
It's so
I love
funny.
it when we have these where we talk about some
Yeah.
of those because then I'm like, oh yeah, I need to watch that again. It's been years.
right.
Dude, and that it holds up. It's dude, there's certain parts of that movie I can think about, and I just when he walks up to the horse and he's like, "Hey girl, you hungry?" and she's like, "Fuck you," and he's like, "I was talking to the horse." Like, it's just like
You're cool. You're fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. I quit.
I'm out, and then
out.
slaps the dude in the face with a cheeseburger. Hey Nicole, thank you. I love you. You're you're awesome.
Right on. So
That's my new favorite sticker. Maybe I'll put it on my phone.
I was leaving. She's like, "Hey, give this to Mike." I'm like,
It's so random. Yeah. Well, since we talked about drinks, we might as well just get this out of the way.
yeah, I'm ready for it.
We have a winner and a loser. And
Who won? What are we talking about?
We're going to talk about that last because it's not important. So, no, Sean was the winner.
Yes.
So he gets a good bottle of whiskey, the Weller.
The Weller.
And then
Oh
we
man,
also-
this is absolutely perfect timing too because I have like one little swallow of mine in,
See, I have-
in the cabinet.
I was
so-
going to say I have none, but I do
So-
have like half a bottle at Kara's. And I only get into it like rarely because that's all I had.
right.
Now I might have some tonight. I don't
Yeah.
know, we'll see.
I like it. Ashley likes it too. So
It's good.
like I said, she's
Awesome.
She's a whiskey drinker, so we enjoy it. So
We got something else
Pays to
coming for
win.
you, but it's not here yet. So, but at
I
least
mean,
you have
I'm
whiskey
okay
to
with
get
the
by.
gift every time we do the podcast here until it's a goddamn ice. But you
It's-
know, we'll see.
I thought about it. I really
bet you
did.
did.
But
You
I
did,
was like,
yeah.
no, I'm not going to stoop to your level.
Nope.
I don't
Nope.
do that anymore. I've grown,
Yeah.
Sean.
All right. Well, we'll see about that.
So there's
You
a
gotta keep
winner.
people on
Should I
their
just leave
toes.
this out here?
Do it
Yeah,
all the time.
exactly. If I do it all the
I
time,
see it. Yep. That's the victory.
it's a
That's a good
victory.
one. That's a good one. I'll take that all day long.
I mean, the reason you always ice people at Secret Santa though, because they have to open it.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like you could just wrap the ice, tape $25 on it, and call it good. But they have to open it.
They have to
so
open it.
they're fucked.
But
But there was a loser
I'll
also.
say when there is a competition, there is a winner and there is a loser. And who was the loser?
What
Do I
goes
just get to
up?
do a shot of that Weller? Or?
What goes up must come down.
No, again, the Weller's for champions. Okay, that's for champs. This is not for.
What is that where he's like, winners get sprinkles on their ice cream? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I think it was an old commercial, and he's like, I want sprinkles. And the mom's like, winners get sprinkles.
So that's yeah.
So, no, Eric, you don't
Right,
get sprinkles. So I came up
Coffee
with
is
this.
for closers. All right, like I
Yeah.
remember that.
I had an idea for a shot. We've had Malort. I hate it. Eric doesn't love it, but he doesn't hate it as much as I do.
Sean likes it.
Sean likes it. Fucking weirdos. Then Matt Carl's a buddy of ours. Matt, he drinks this stuff called Fernet, and it's basically like half Malort, half Jaeger. Well, a third Malort, a third Jaeger, and like a third Rumplemintz. kind
Really?
of. I don't like it.
That sounds terrible.
It's
To
a
me, it's like Jaeger, but it's like atrociously bitter. Like,
it had to me it had the Malort finish where it's like it's just that rotteny taste, but yet when you breathe out it's mentholy.
Huh.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
So I say it's 5% better than Malort because at least
It's
there's
got a
some
little
mint.
other flavor in there. Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, that's $50 a bottle, and I was gonna do one shot and then never touch that bottle again.
Right.
So we didn't do that. So I came up with something when I was at the store. So Eric, why don't you come do it, and then I'll tell you what's in it.
okay.
I don't think it's gonna be as bad as I was thinking / hoping because
Yeah.
I did try one of them and it wasn't bad.
One of the alcohols you put in there.
Yeah,
You tried that.
there's
Yes.
2
Okay.
alcohols in it, and I will say this is something. I'll say it when you're done. Go ahead.
Go for
You
it.
just send it, buddy.
It looks like
He says it looks like Mountain Dew. It does kind of. It's Hulk piss.
That'll be the name. Hulk piss.
it's peanut butter and pickle juice.
There you go.
Pretty close. Yeah.
So he
That's
said it's
the-
peanut butter and pickle juice.
Yeah. So
If you
what
didn't
it
hear.
is it was dill pickle, I think vodka or something like that. So
Yeah.
half that, and then half chocolate banana whiskey.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. You didn't get banana at all?
No.
Yeah. So I thought about it, and back in the day, I loved peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
Okay.
But then I heard that people liked peanut butter and pickle sandwiches.
Isn't that like a pregnant thing? I feel like.
I don't know. I just loved it.
Oh, I felt like
I
it,
kind of
but
looked
don't know.
pregnant a lot of my life, but so anyway, that's why. What's that?
Oh, Eric's got his
Oh,
gift.
Fuck. Well,
Nice.
this isn't gonna end well. Man, we should just call this the gift podcast.
Right. Like it's today is gift day.
So you could talk a little bit about this because I don't have a mic.
Okay, so Eric just busted out 3 baseball bat drink cups.
Dimensional.
Yeah, I don't know if they can hear you. They're Dimensional. So our buddies at Dimensional in Dubuque, one of the best breweries in the state, if not the best brewery in the state. Eric was up there this past weekend, and they have the beer bat. So it's got the beer bat has the Dimensional Brewing logo right there, and I'm gonna guess that Eric is going to make us fill this and chug it. But
Yeah, maybe we'll do it in a different episode. But
Oh, I do like that.
We definitely need to
dude, these are awesome.
chug some beers out of this.
How much does this hold? Do you know?
It's over 20 ounces.
Fuck.
So like I've filled it with a 16 ounce and it did not fill it all the way. It did with foam, like it went over with foam, but it's over 20 ounces.
Well,
so.
I'm warning you guys right now. 16 is my max. my belly can't hold more than that, and it barely holds that.
Right.
It's big, but it holds less than you would think.
These
a
are
12
badass.
a 12 is actually pretty ideal because like you could fill it and the rest will be foam and then
Yeah,
you home run the foam.
that's right.
Maybe.
So you know what we'll do? We'll take a video of us chugging out of these.
maybe
And we'll
do
post it on the
Yeah,
socials.
we'll do that.
Yeah.
Dude, I
that's a
love
good
this.
idea.
Thanks, buddy.
That's awesome.
So do you buy these and then just it comes with a fill and
No, so
know?
the guys at Dimensional, a couple of them have started listening to the podcast, so they
Yes, thank
donated
you.
this to you guys. They wanted us to have a gift, and they wanted me to bring them to you guys.
Shout out
they
to
like my
them.
chug,
All right.
my chug videos on their page. So
shout out to Joe, Shane, and Grant. We
Yep.
appreciate you boys. Thank you so much for the gift. That's awesome. I might do one tonight. Let's be honest. I've seen Eric do it before, and I was like, that looks kind of fun.
Jealous. That's
know.
what
I
know.
knew you would be excited about it. So
Maybe I'll keep this in the dugout when the kids are.
Batter up. Sean's like, hold on.
they're all doing Gatorade chugs or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, there you go. What's your walkout song going to be? Because you know
the
that's
walk
the
up
thing
song
now.
is. Oh, we got the whole app and everything.
There's an actual app for it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dude, I just love that kids. I mean, I wish we had that. I actually played baseball a few years, and it would have been way more fun. My favorite is when like they have the 6-year-olds like walk up there and they're just dancing, and it's to like very inappropriate music.
Yeah, we have. It's called Ballpark DJ.
That's
Is what it is. I
hilarious.
use it and like.
Do they have the same walk? Do they change their song a lot?
So at first, I just picked everyone's song and put it on there, like to do it. You know what I mean? And then as they've gotten older now, they come up and be like, "I want this song," and they're like, "I want this part," you know, and so they know what's going on. So
Now I have to
It's
ask. I'm
pretty cool.
assuming they can't have anything. Like if it's too profanity laced.
yeah, you can't have.
Okay.
You can't have
Does
swear
the
words
app
or anything
restrict
with
that?
No, no, you can do it because
Okay.
I accidentally changed Cooper's one time and had Olympus is just one of those days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything is fucked.
Yeah, it was like, oh, I couldn't stop it. You know,
Say, 'cause
fast
I would
enough,
really
so.
like my walk-up song to be "Pop That Pussy" by Two Live Crew. So if you can make that
It's just
happen.
like bleep, bleep,
Yeah,
bleep,
yeah,
bleep.
pretty much. Yeah,
It
it's
was-
fine.
yeah.
It'd be great.
Trying to see here.
Yeah, so I've heard about it through you. Obviously, you coach, and then some friends of ours, Jay and Holly in Davenport, their girls are like hardcore into. They're really good softball players, and they do it. And I'm like, man, I didn't know this was like such a big thing with the walkout music and stuff.
I love that they have something like that. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
just thinking like, you know,
Number 23, Cooper Berry.
oh, they even get like the
oh,
introduction.
you got to,
record
that was Sean. So you got to. Oh my God,
So you get to record the.
he's like,
Like,
the matador.
Yeah, so you can do it, or you can actually have like you can pay and have like the professional announcers do it. But I wasn't
Oh,
going to
nice.
pay. For, you know,
That's
it's too cheap
crazy.
For that, so.
See, I could be making money doing that, like with my little.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
could.
do
Yeah,
have
I
that
should
sexy
turn
voice.
this over to you because now Ashley's going to be running it for us. But yeah, and I'm sure she's knowing we do it with you guys. So
Let me know. I can record some samples.
right,
I know.
Right. So it's a lot of fun. I mean, kids have fun with it, and then actually it makes it a lot of fun at the games because then Ashley has our Bluetooth speaker there, and so then she's popping on music in between the innings and stuff like that. And so then it's like it's funny because then when you go to like, so we'll do them for tournaments. A lot of times we don't have them during for league games because there's more coaching going on, and
Oh,
it's, you know
yeah,
what I mean.
that
And
makes
it's also
sense.
like you're just there for one game, and it's not quite the event.
Have you noticed? Does every team pretty much you've seen do this?
Especially in the tournaments, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a big, you know what I mean? And some, I mean, it's insane. They're live streaming games. Like our last one, you could watch the game. Like one of the teams had a camera going where you could live stream and watch it.
I
So,
have seen that through the people I was talking about that play softball. They've sent the link and we've watched
like
some before.
it's easier to watch Cooper's baseball games than it is to watch the Cubs, because Major
That's
League Baseball
fucked up.
sucks and you can't get any, everything's blacked
Blacked
out.
out.
But yeah, I can watch, 13U baseball all day long. So I don't know. What does that say about the world that we live in here? You know what I mean? Like, God.
I mean, it means parents are crazy and they're willing to spend money. To
They are, you know what I
watch
mean?
their
So with
kids.
all it's amazing the amount of stuff that goes around, but it's so true with that.
Have you guys
So
ever
it's a lot of fun.
considered how, like, many, many years ago, like old date, like the old Western date, right? So, the 1800s,
Old
whatever.
Western.
I don't know how to call it. Yeah, back in the day. They had kids out of necessity because, like, they needed more hands
farm
to
hands?
help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
farm hands, man. Yeah.
That's why, and they were like, fuck you, get out there and feed the cattle, like that kind of thing. Now we have kids, and it's like, we just baby the shit out of them. And I'm not saying we're wrong, because I love being a dad, and I like doing that stuff. But isn't it weird how it's turned? Like, it's not a bad problem to have, but
I mean, when you think about like pets too, dogs, the same thing.
Yeah.
Dogs used to be work. They were.
yeah, my
they
dog's
were-
a hunting dog. He doesn't hunt for shit. Yeah.
He
Hunts for his next
hunts
meal
for-
to grow his next neck.
Yeah, I was gonna say he hunts for popcorn under the couch.
He does do that. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy. But yeah, I need to go to one of Cooper's tournaments. I just want to.
Yeah, well, we got a
we
bunch of
just
shit.
tailgate it?
There's some around.
Chug
yeah,
our bats and,
yeah. Yeah, you can bring yours and do the whole deal. It should be a lot of fun.
We should do that and get some clips and like make signs and shit.
Yeah, we got our first one coming up this weekend, so we'll see. Hopefully,
Where's it at?
I don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
It's because with the tournaments, like there's so many fields, and so
Oh.
they don't know a team. So then it's like I'll get an email probably tomorrow that'll be like, this is where you're gonna play. This is where your games will be at. This is when it'll start.
Okay.
But like, it's just in the corridor somewhere. So we could play in Iowa City, or we could play in Marion. We could play anywhere around the area. So it's just where
At
they
least
get
it's close
fields.
though. Like these
Yeah,
stay
no,
relatively
everything's just a
local.
day. It'd be we're not spending the night or anything. It's nothing like that.
That's
so,
nice.
So
Because like if you go to Des Moines, it's like you can do that and drive home, but it sucks.
yeah. So
rather
we're
not.
not doing that. So we're no. So it'll be good. It'll be a good deal. Yeah, it should be fun. So
Hell yeah.
hopefully the boys will get her going. They're just awesome kids.
Well,
so
if they see
I
their
just,
dad chug out of a beer bat before they go, I think they're gonna
they're gonna
fucking fire
way,
them
right,
up.
Right. Yeah.
Well, if Dad can do it, I can do it. Let's go.
They're just actually really great kids. So
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
like I'm just excited for them just as humans. So
Yeah.
be good people when they grow up.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So I took a bunch of shit
Which time?
from your last question that you just sprung at us.
Oh.
Like, what was the dumb thing we did when we were drinking?
Why don't I? So
I did too,
I think I
just
should
by the
probably
way.
read the email. Then.
Yeah. So go ahead and you can read the emails that we got. Or
So
one
I'm
of the
going to
emails
read
we got.
one email first because I should have mentioned this. Our friend Jody emailed in, and this is what Eric almost did as a shot. So she said, "Hey, this is Jody. I was just going to text Michael this, but since he hates tequila, I wasn't positive that he would relay the message. I own an antique bottle of Jose, legit from the 60s. It's honestly a great looking bottle, but I'm sure it's the worst or the most tequila tasting tequila ever. So if you guys need a Grand Loser shot ever again, just let us know." So Jody, we will be using that for the next thing we gamble on. That is guaranteed the next loser
'Cause
shot.
Jody sent an image, and I'm pretty sure that's the picture that I used for the label.
Really?
It does look like that. You son of a bitch.
Oh man!
I was like, "Holy shit!" That's
and that's
really
why I was
gross.
sitting there. And that's why I don't feel bad if that was awful because you fucked us over. Fuck you. So anyway, sorry, I had to get that out. Thank you, Jody. We will definitely be using.
we'll
that
be
next.
hitting you up for it.
But yes, Ashley did email again. She was a little upset. Now, granted, in our defense, we just talk off the cuff. We didn't plan on talking about our drunken stories. It got brought up, so we went with what just came to
we went
mind.
with it. Yeah.
So she said, "You guys have way better dumb drunk stories to tell than that. Let's get real here, fellas. I'm disappointed. Mikey, ask Sean about the night he hopped the fence to the Marion Pool 6 weeks after back surgery." Jesus, how old were you having back surgery? Fucking 30? How about some bachelor party stories? I don't know if we should tell those.
Right.
She said no names. Didn't someone get peed on? Again, we're not saying names. It wasn't any of us, but that's honestly probably my favorite
that was
story.
not
But we are
one of
not
those, yeah,
saying names.
yeah, right.
I actually probably won't even tell that story.
Right.
And another one kind of sort of break. Oh, and then didn't someone else sort of break into a Chicago apartment or balcony or hotel? Or did someone sleep in a hotel lobby? Was that an uncle? There's some Patty's Day stories in there too that I'm sure. Don't let us down. You guys are such a tease.
So
First thing, has the statute of limitations passed on these crimes?
Yeah.
Not all of them. No,
Then we can't
definitely
talk
not all
about
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the stuff in Chicago, that wasn't you and I. That wasn't either.
That was
you or I.
that was
You know who it was.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, it wasn't us,
And he was
but-
the same one that ended up sleeping in the lobby too because
he wouldn't care if I said his name.
I
Wasn't
don't
it
know.
Adam?
It was.
Okay.
We need to break into, but he's like somehow I was on a balcony
just-
and I don't. He like jumped off of it or something. I don't know.
I just had a boys' night with
Was
him
it-
this past week, and he said he didn't say something about that, but he was like, I don't know, something about the podcast. So, I talked about a story where I'm like, I left your name out, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. And I was like,
All right.
so yeah, that was Adam.
Well, shout out to Adam here
I
for
just
that
remember,
one. So
I
that
just
was
remember
not.
whose bachelor party was it that you guys were in Chicago? Nicholas, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were there for a couple of them. Yeah, we go to
He
Cubs
got
games.
lost
It was
in
like all
Chicago.
day, and somehow he ended up somewhere. I don't know. Like, how did those the end of the night?
Yeah.
Because it was one of those. Like, we went to the Cubs game at 1 in the afternoon. You know what I mean? And we were we would always do the rooftops, so it was all you could drink. You know,
Yeah.
everything. So, and then it just led out to the night.
I feel
but-
like, so I don't know where you guys are at on this, but I feel like this is a topic we could explore further, but we need to like think it through because I remember so many more things after it was brought up. But in the moment, I was like, "Oh, what was my stupidest thing?"
Right.
Like,
Yeah, but I
my
kind of
brain
like.
goes in defensive mode. I think, like my memory does.
Well, I don't. There's certain things I don't want to think about, and I don't want brought up. So
Right.
I liked the spur of the moment because I went to like the
Yeah.
easiest thing I could think of.
Well, and part of me, I said that to Ashley a little bit too. I'm like, well, they don't need to know everything. And she's like, isn't the point of your stuff that you were an idiot when you were younger and that you've changed a little bit? And I'm like, well, yeah. And she's like,
But it doesn't all need to come
she's like,
to
it's
light.
not like you do it right now. So the whole incident that she ran it about the Marion Pool, good God, what a
There are some things that are better kept between friends,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
sure.
But
This one was pretty
we
good.
could,
So
I'm sure we could explore some more.
Yeah.
There's
I was-
also that we are so our generation was so lucky. None of our shit was on camera. There's
Right.
no videos of it. Like, trust me, there's some shit I wish we had video evidence of.
right.
But for the most part, it worked out very well for us.
So I'll share this story because it was
Yeah, because
it was just
when the
stuff
hell did,
I didn't
I remember
vandalize or
even
anything
back
like that.
surgery, but
So yeah, I had back surgery because when Sophie was little, I was carrying her in that kid carrier.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I stepped into Ben and Tiny's garage and it was slick, and they had a brand new garage just board,
fuck.
and like my foot slipped, and like I was holding on to her, and like I caught myself and just blew my disc out. Like it was just like it was out. You know what I mean? And so that's why I had to have that surgery. So we were over at some friend's house that lived by the Marion Pool, and we were drinking all day, you know, kind of a deal. And all of a sudden, they had talked about how a few weeks ago they jumped the fence and got into the pool because it was right by the
The
pool.
Marion Pool?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we're sitting there, and I'm like, we're not doing that, or you know, I'm not. That's dumb. That's dumb. And then as we get going, I'm like, fuck it, let's go. So like, I take off to run to hop and jump over the fence. My fat ass. What are we doing here? So I get up there. The top of the fence is like razor blades. Like they have the chains like
Oh my-
come out where it's like it's not real razor blades, but it is that sharp.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I get up. I get halfway over. I'm stuck. My shorts get caught on there,
no.
and I'm stuck, and I am hovering over because I have one leg over and the other one's caught, and I'm like losing my strength.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna come down, and it's gonna be like we say, you know, if it wasn't for my cousin, Cooper would have never been here, right? Because that
Yeah.
would have been the end of the game. So,
Dude, I'm just imagining you like falling and then but being hooked and you slide like out of your shorts.
right,
Like,
that would have been the best thing. But I was already hooked, and I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to get over it, and fucking Ben's like, dude, I got to do it. He like helps me get my junk over so I don't hurt myself, unclips me. I fall from the fucking top onto this bench right on my back. Just wham.
Right
down.
after back surgery.
Yeah, right after back surgery. And I'm just like, and Ben's like, Jesus, dude, are you all right? And I'm like, I like knocked the wind out of myself.
oh,
And I like roll off the bench, go dip my toe in the water just to say that I did it. And then I was like, how the fuck am I going to get back over? Like, how am I going to get over the other way? Because now I'm in the pool and I got to get over the fence. And so we found this other place that I could get out of. But talk about so stupid. Like, why would it? We weren't going to swim in it. It wasn't. It was just the thing to get over the fence, get in the water, and
so
it wasn't like we
you
were going to go
literally-
hang out in there.
You were just gonna take a dip and then get
yeah,
right out.
it was.
and
That's
leave.
all it was, and it was just like one of those
Yeah,
things. So it was.
it's a rite of passage. Though you're right. You got to say you did it.
It was just a really
know.
stupid idea, which
For
turned
you
out.
having back surgery, it was a stupid
So
idea.
then it turned out at this house, lots of people did this stuff, and it just kept getting worse. Like people cut their wrists, other people rip stuff off
Jesus.
because you get to the top of the fence and they keep it pokey on purpose, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah. There's a
jackasses
reason.
like this don't do it. So
You need to watch more
Yeah.
movies. You got to take bolt cutters and cut out.
yeah, but I see, we
I'm
didn't
just
want to
kidding,
create
I'm
any
kidding.
damage.
I
That
know,
wasn't
I
the
know,
point.
I
You know what I
know.
mean? It really wasn't that. So yeah, so it was thanks.
Well-
So shout out to Ben because
Well,
like
here's the
literally
thing.
Cooper would not be here if
I
it
was gonna
wasn't
say,
for him
Ben-
being a true friend.
Ben is a real one to cup your junk and cradle it over the fence
Yep.
because
So
that's a lot.
Yeah.
My cousins did a lot for me, but no one
Yeah.
ever grabbed my shit. So
I don't think that would be something he'd ever do.
Did-
It was only in this situation.
Did he really cup your junk? Because I don't want Ben to like,
oh, he's fine with it.
Yeah, no, he knows about it. He like it's a running joke. It's pretty
just
like he
making
actually
sure that the details are clear. You know,
like
we love
the-
to embellish
Oh,
things.
he cupped it with both hands hard.
no, it was much
Did he
more of like
spit on
it was much more of a like a oh dude, god damn it, like you asshole. Like,
Yeah, it's- he didn't
you know,
wanna
I think
do
He's
it.
like, you fat fuck, what are you thinking? Like, push me over. So yeah. Anyways, God,
Well, and he's
just
like a
to be-
foot taller than you, so he probably just like
yeah.
leapt over the goddamn thing.
Well, yeah, it's nothing for him, and again, yeah, he's in a lot better shape than I am too, you know what I mean? And so it was just so terrible.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I mean, just, yeah,
I
young and dumb and just totally stupid. Like, and so it could have been really bad. Like, I could have really got hurt.
Yeah.
And the fact that I fell off of it and landed like on my back too,
well, dude,
I did nothing.
if
Like,
you
I
were
was fine.
smacked, you landed on concrete, right?
No, it was a bench. Thank
Oh
God.
God, because I'm like, you smack your head on that concrete, man. That shit ain't forgiving.
Yeah, no, I hit a plastic bench, like bam,
Oh,
and landed
God.
on that. So
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
stupid story.
it's so hard because I'm like, there's like 10 running through my head, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to tell that. I don't know if I want to tell that.
Well, you can
know?
think about it. You had some time. Or
No,
you
I
had
mean
some time to
it's
think about
fine.
those,
It's just
but,
like so we. This one just makes me laugh because it was when we were in high school and we went to a party at some girl's house. Her parents were out of town, and one of my friends was kind of hooking up with her, and then I was hooking up with her friend. But
Yeah.
there was like 20 of us there. Well, I don't know what happened, but like the power went out for a second. She's like, "Oh, I have glow sticks." Instead of going like, "I have candles," and we're like, "Okay." So she gets them, and then someone goes, "Well, if you microwave them for a second, then they get way brighter."
Holy fuck.
And so it wasn't me. It wasn't me, but somebody like put them in the microwave for, I don't know, a minute or something like that. So then they got them out and it was like 20 glow sticks. And they got them out and literally they took them out, closed the and they exploded.
Yeah.
All of them. Just fucking a bukkake of glow in the dark shit. Went,
dust.
I mean,
the-
this
that
was like
little
a
glittery shit.
This was a gorgeous kitchen, like with the kind of kitchen now at our age where we're like, I want that kitchen.
yeah.
You know,
Now
the-
that you're a homeowner, like remember
the
how
double full stove and oven and like the whole thing. And this shit went everywhere. And I'm talking about this whole room was lit up. Like it was like the lights were on. That's how much shit blew all over the walls. So the power comes on an hour later and she goes, "What do I do?" I was like, "I don't know, you're fucked when your parents get home." Cause
Right.
like, it's going to be, the minute they turn the lights off, they're going to know. So she's sitting there like rubbing it and like they're trying to like clean it up. We leave. talked to her like a week later. She's like, yeah, I'm grounded for like 6 months. I was like, what happened? They're like, well, when we thought we were cleaning it, we just spread it out more. So like our whole kitchen is glow in the dark now.
I was gonna say
I'm like,
that
you
shit doesn't
fucking-
clean off easy.
No,
I think
and
you have
I'm
to use
like-
alcohol. Like I don't know.
You probably have to
No,
repaint.
we drank a lot of
paint
alcohol,
over
but
it.
no, I was just like, I just remember leaving because I was like, I don't want to deal with this shit.
Oh man, so that right when you said that, I thought of another dumb one we did in high school when we were having a party, and I remember the party got out of control, and we were like, how are we gonna get all these people out of here? Because it was one of those where it spread to a bunch of people, and next thing you know, it's way out of control, and we're gonna get busted. So I'm like, let's cut the power. So I went downstairs and just shut off to
get everyone to leave?
hit the power. And then
That's a good idea.
and we did it, and we're like, oh, does that count? Whatever. Oh, power's out, whatever. And people left. And then I went down and I couldn't get it fucking back on. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, dude, I turned the breaker. I'm like,
blew
it
the
won't
whole
come
thing.
back on. And we were calling everybody that we knew that might know. Like, how do we do this stuff? We had to like double switch it to do it. Somebody came over and knew how to do it, but
I was thinking maybe you were
one of
so
those, yeah.
drunk you just hit like the living room one and not the main.
No, it's the main one. I just powered down and then tried to turn it back on, and my buddy's like, "You asshole!" He's like, "My parents are gonna kill me." And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah,
God,
the only
those
other one I'll tell is because if anyone ever looks up my record, they'll see this one, so I might as well say it. But it was my 18th birthday, and we had a house party for my birthday, and it was a Mardi Gras theme, so
Oh.
there was lots of beads and lots
Sure.
of tits. And it was at the duplex, so we had a DJ on both sides, and
Oh, I think I heard about this party.
yeah, because we lived on one side and our buddies lived on the other side. So
Yeah.
and we shared the backyard. It was all fenced in. It was all cool. Well, like it started at like 7 and there was like no one there. And I knew a lot of people were going to show up, but it was like 7:30. I looked down and there's just like a mob of 150 people coming. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like,
Right.
so the party only lasted until I want to say it was like 10. And we went
Cops
through
come.
5 kegs. Yeah. And so the cops come in. The funny thing was they didn't realize that it was a duplex at first. So they came in, everybody ran out the back door and ran into the other side of the duplex. So the cops followed them and then everyone ran out the front door and ran back into the first thing. Finally the cops called and they split up and they're like, oh fuck. So everyone ran to the backyard and jumped on a trampoline and jumped over the fence and took off.
Nice.
Sounds like some Scooby Doo shit.
It really was.
Right,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
God, insert the little sound effect of the running. Yeah. So, but
I really got to expand the sound.
you really do.
Oh,
But
that's
it,
funny.
it was great, except for, I'm talking to the cops and they're like, you guys are underage. And we're like, yeah. And all they did was give us disorderly house tickets, which was cool. But Adam came out and he's like, who all lives here? And he goes, I do. And he's wasted. And I'm like, no, you don't. And she's like, you want a ticket? He's like, yeah, if they're getting one. I was like, get in the fucking house. So like, they didn't give him a ticket, but he was just that drunk. He wanted a ticket. He felt left
like
out.
collector's
you know?
items. Everyone else got it.
Yeah. He's like, where's mine? So
Oh, Adam, you're getting a rough one on this podcast here. Sorry, bud.
yeah, fun
Yeah.
3-hour birthday party, but now, yeah. So
So there you go. A couple
I
more.
got-
there's a
dumb
couple
stories.
more.
I got
Ashley.
one that's relatable.
All right, go ahead.
It's not like I think yours were a little bit more like back in the old day. But
Yes.
Oh.
This one's a little more recent.
Was I
and
there?
actually there's no nothing bad came out of it. But Sean's pool story inspired me here. So on a bike trip a few years ago, we were pedaling along and we're like, we're always looking for a pool when it's fucking 100 degrees outside and you're pedaling in the summer and all this stuff. So we look for this pool and we found this pool in this small town and we are just like pedaling our asses off to get there. We get there. They're having water aerobics at the pool.
Oh God.
It's like a little tiny community pool.
Yeah.
And so we're like, and they're like, the pool's closed for water aerobics. And we're like, can we sign up for water aerobics? So we did. So we paid $10.
Are you serious?
Well, we just wanted to go in and shower and get dip in the pool, basically. But we were like, can we sign up for water aerobics? So we did. And obviously they were very entertained with 4 guys in kilts and,
Yeah.
us
Right, yeah.
jumping in the water and being silly and shit. And the water aerobics instructor left the gate open for us at the end of the night so we could get back in. We got back in the pool
No
at
way.
like 1 a.m.
Oh, that's badass.
Wow, that's a good story though.
See, that's
So
like,
like we just talked. We were like my buddy Jeff. He was just like, hey, do you think we could come back in here? Like, what would be the snake? She's like, I can just I'll leave the lock like not latched. So,
Hell yeah,
That's
dude.
awesome.
Shout out to that lady.
Right.
so we didn't
Yeah,
have to
good for
climb
her.
over the fence or anything.
Yeah, so you
That's
didn't have
badass.
to hurt yourself. Like,
See,
yeah,
that's just good looking out. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you just gotta
good
ask,
people.
man.
Because in my
See?
head, I was picturing like the group being bigger than 4 of you. Like, have you ever seen Caddyshack? Like when they get to use the pool for 15 minutes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or they all just come like rushing in. That's exactly what I was picturing you guys.
That's why I
coming up
love
to that.
Eric's biking stories though, because you guys go all over the place and meet the coolest people. It just solidifies like if you're cool to everyone, everyone's usually cool back.
Be nice and ask. man.
Exactly.
It's like life should be.
You
that
guys have
way.
so many cool pictures of being out in whatever state you're in on that bike trip and just kicking it with the bartender and she wants a picture with you guys and Wrenchy and all that kind of stuff. They carry like a 20-pound wrench with them.
Why?
Because we
for the
stuck it on
stories.
John's bike one time just to weigh him down, to slow him down because he's faster than us.
Okay.
And it's stuck.
And it's
Like, they
stuck.
take
so
it
now he
everywhere
carries
now.
it as like his spirit animal or something.
It's named Wrenchy.
Wrenchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, maybe our podcast mascot could be a wrench. No.
Yeah.
God, what would our mascot be?
We could have him bring
Probably
Wrenchy
not a
for an
wrench.
episode sometime. He would bring Wrenchy in here.
Yeah.
I just like have to pad the table or something because he'd throw it on it.
It's heavy. It's
20 pounds. Good God.
dude. Yeah.
It's like
no
a
joke.
tractor tire.
Yeah,
wrench.
it's for
like-
like doing diesel.
That's for
yeah.
fucking manly
Yeah.
work, right?
Well, that's
Just
the funny
carrying
thing.
that thing some
I mean,
manly
dude,
work, let alone, yeah.
This wrench it's probably worth $115 to $150.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's a huge wrench.
Sure.
And it was in my buddy's garage and we were getting ready to go on a bike ride and we were just like, let's just fucking stick it on his bike and see if he notices.
And he didn't.
And he didn't. And so then he carried it for the rest of the week.
Huh.
But
It was fun.
that's how great stories start. Is you shoot your shot
Just
and
do
see what.
stupid shit.
Do stupid shit and see what happens. See where the chips fall.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, we'll have to shout out John that he got mentioned in this episode for carrying a big ass.
Shout out to
wrench.
Dooley. He's the man. Yeah. So man,
I went to
speaking-
school with his younger brother. His younger brother,
Oh, Brent.
Brent and I
Yeah.
were in the same
Brent's a
class.
good dude.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a real good dude.
Wait,
I didn't know
no
that.
offense, John.
Yeah.
John's older than Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I didn't know that.
He's old as fuck.
I also didn't know he had a. Yeah,
How
you
old?
are.
God
I
damn,
hope he
old
man.
listens
bitch.
to this.
I just always forget that you're not 50.
just
I don't
assume
know.
I'm
You just-
older
you
than
just- You always
everybody.
talk about your.
No,
you-
I meant John's old as fuck.
Yeah,
not
I
you.
know. No, I'm saying to him, like Mike's always like, "Well, you're not older."
Look, all I know is I'm the youngest one here, and that's just like I don't get to do that a lot. So I'm gonna ride that
Yeah.
bitch till I can't, which is
Because
forever.
earlier episode was he like talking about like 89 or something? Weren't you in high school, Sean?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I
You're
did.
91.
Yeah,
I was
what?
like, God damn
We were
it.
talking about a movie, and I was
Yeah,
like, "Yeah,
what do you think?
you were in high school then. You're like, how old do you fucking think I am?"
Right. I knew you when we were younger, so I'm not that far away from you. Yeah.
That's true. Because yeah, you graduated 3 years. In
I
front
was
of me.
98, so yeah.
Yeah,
So this
three,
might be
yeah.
a fun, spontaneous topic. Like, do your kids go? Like, my kids are like, "You're so old," and I'm like, "Yeah," but I have to think about it because like I don't feel that old. But then I think about like when I tell them when I graduated, I'm like, "Oh my god, that was like 20 years before you were born."
It's like
you
when
know, in the
people
ballpark or whatever.
It's like when people say the 90s, and I still think of that as like maybe 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
like, that's not the
No.
case. Yeah.
Well, and somebody said to me, like, from 2000 to 2020, it's 20 years. It doesn't feel like it did from 1980 to 2000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was
No,
20 years
agreed.
either. Or
Agreed.
70
Because of technology.
to
yeah.
90.
But is that
You know what I
just
mean? Like,
us, or
those are so-
Did like our grandparents and parents feel that way too? Like maybe you're right. The technology makes it feel like it's faster. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think it does. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, we had internet, and, like in high school, but it was the, like, kids don't even know what that
They
is.
have no idea what that is.
They have no idea. Like, get off the phone. I need to use the internet.
I remember
you
when
know?
my kids were little and we had TiVo, and then we went.
That was a
to
big
my,
deal back then.
Yeah, TiVo was great.
You
I was
could pause
I'm
and
big,
rewind, baby.
I'm a big technology guy, right? But then we'd go to my mom's and they had to watch commercials, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?"
Speaking of that, do you remember
Hold
trying to
on.
explain to your kids the radio? It
Oh, God. No. Because they were like, why? And I was like, because that's,
was like the hardest thing ever. They're
Yeah.
like, Dad, I want to hear this song. I'm like, it's the radio. They're like, I don't care what it is. I want to hear this song.
What
Yeah,
about
I'm
a
like,
rotary phone?
way it
Like
works. Yeah.
they would look at it and be like, "I don't even know how to do this thing."
oh,
Did we
yeah.
talk? We talked about. Did we not talk about? All right.
I don't think we
Are
talked about
starting to
rotary
mix together?
phones. But what did you just say? You said,
To commercials, TV.
Yeah,
TiVo
okay,
and
because
shit. Yeah.
now it's funny. Because all the streaming services added commercials
know.
back in.
Such
So unless you're a
bullshit.
baller and you want to pay $50 per streaming service, then you have to watch commercials now. So the
We
ebbs
got
and
we
flo-
got
the ebbs
we got
and flows.
fucking hoodwinked on that one. That was your typical like
Here, you can buy
cut the
what
cord
you
to where
want.
you're fucked, and now it's like
I was talking to, I'll shout them out, Jody and Nathan the other day, and they were talking about all the subscription services that they have, and I was like, God damn, like we really did all get fucked.
yeah,
Cable is cheaper,
yeah.
but that's just live. You can't, I mean, I guess you can record programs, but God, even saying the
Well,
word
now
program
even
made
if
me
you
feel
do
old.
even if you do cable, they've
Watch
made
my
some
program.
things on the streaming like exclusive.
Right.
Like you have
Yeah.
to wait 2 days if you want to
Yeah.
watch it. Through
And now
a
I
regular
heard
cable
something. I heard
provider
something
or
today.
whatever. It's
UFC's going to Netflix.
Wait, really?
Netflix, yeah.
No.
Yep.
No way.
Mhm.
Well,
Rogan said it the
like, dude,
other day. So
the whole fucking
Hold on, though. All their cards?
I have no idea. I just heard it in a brief
There's no
moment,
way
so-
they
the
would give up the
Logan Paul
pay-per-view
fight
model.
was like a big test for a bunch of that stuff, and then Jerry Jones was pushing for NFL shit to be through the Netflix too, and that's why they did that.
So,
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm for it because we have Netflix. And
Okay.
right now, I can't get local TV.
your
'cause
Netflix subscription is going to double at minimum
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They're going to
that's
take
true.
Netflix to be YouTube TV.
or more. If
And it's
dude,
like,
if it has
come
pay-per-view
the
events,
fuck
it's going to be
on, like-
$100 a month.
Yeah.
Don't do it to us, guys. Come
I'm
on.
just saying, yeah. It's,
Hey,
it's a
Or at least
Netflix
figure out a way I can
executives.
watch the fucking Cubs games.
That's
Jesus.
true. No, Eric, you have a good point. I'm sure the Netflix executives are listening.
They're
so,
listening to
yeah.
us. So, like,
guys,
yeah.
Yeah.
stop it.
I heard they like
that shit off.
young up and coming podcasts. I read that somewhere that
Emphasis on
Hey,
up and coming,
yeah.
not young.
Hey, on the plus side, if they are listening, like we're on all the platforms now. So like
That
we're
is a
like
great
pushing
way.
it out.
hey,
Yes,
hey,
yes.
Velvety Voice, why don't you talk about that?
right.
So we started on Spotify and Apple Music, and we're adding YouTube Music, YouTube General. We don't have video yet on YouTube, but we'll get there.
We're working on it.
Yep. And then also Amazon Music and iHeartRadio.
So
That's
those are awesome because now anybody that has like Alexa or the Google Home, any of that stuff, you can just say,
Yep.
So
Alexa,
this is a
play
good
We're Still
test.
Cool, right? Podcast. And I did it today.
Yep.
So you can
it
listen
worked?
to it. It
Sweet.
works. So you
Okay,
can listen
good.
to it
So-
while you're doing
Here's our
stuff
little
around the
test.
house.
For anyone that's listening right now on your phone, put it on speaker right now. Put it on speaker. Hey, Alexa, play We're Still Cool, right? Podcast. Somebody email us and let me know
If that worked.
I bet it does. I bet if they have it on speaker for sure.
But if you just say that to Alexa, does it just play off a default? That plays through Amazon Music, I would guess,
It
right?
plays whatever they have connected. So like
Oh, okay.
So
They
ours
can
is we have
choose
ours with
at least.
iHeartRadio. Like a lot of our
I have ours with
station
Apple.
stuff with us too. Ashley, has it with that. But I think you have
by,
different ways
by
you can do it.
default, Alexa will like Amazon will pull in from Alexa.
Yeah.
Like if
Okay.
you don't set anything, it'll be Amazon. But and the same with Google, it would default to YouTube.
Yeah.
But if you don't, like, you can set it up for whatever you want. So,
Okay.
like even on Google or Amazon devices, I think you can set Apple.
See, I've got to figure something out because somehow my kids keep. They're not doing it on purpose. This is not their fault. But I think they say, Alexa, play this or whatever. And it says, this is only available on app or, whatever, Amazon. So then I start getting charged $7 a month or whatever for Amazon Music. And so I've bitched at them and they keep reimbursing me. I'm like, can you make it so it can't turn on? Because we have Apple Music. I'm like,
Well,
I
they
don't
have
need
to
that.
approve it. Then they go, do you want to sign up for your free trial? So they are doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just so
they
you
have
know.
to be doing something.
They're doing it.
Unless
Kids,
have,
you
like,
heard
a-
it.
They don't.
Uncle
it doesn't
Eric
just
and
start-
Uncle
it-
Sean are
it
mad at
does
you.
to us all the time.
You could have a setting in your account that says like
Feel free.
allow it always, maybe, but I wouldn't think that.
Well, they
that's
need to put
normal.
one that says never allow it because I
And
don't
it's
ever want
Alexa.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have all Google shit, so like I don't know that.
We
as
have
well,
Alexa
but
and it does it. And it
Google
says-
will just
it
be like,
says-
if you want to listen to this, you got to connect this or whatever.
Fine, I'll switch everything out to Google. Fuck. Talk about a racket.
No, that's expensive.
Oh, that's
I
true.
mean, no matter what, switching everything out to one thing. Or
I
the
don't.
other.
I really don't use that stuff a lot. Like if I want to listen to my music, I just grab a Bluetooth speaker and I do it from my phone.
I just like type in it on my phone and I listen to it. Yeah.
We listen
Yeah.
to music all the time with it. Like we'll be hanging out and we play.
I still just do it from my phone though. I don't
We
know.
got a couple radio stations that we like. There's one out of Des Moines that's like awesome.
The rap one?
No, 100.3 the bus. It is like amazing.
And you just
It is
ask
like-
it, and it's on iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I do like the concept of iHeartRadio because of that.
Yeah.
where you could listen to
What kind of
radio
music is it?
stations from somewhere
It's
else.
like 100.7 the
80s,
Fox. Like
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's all
70s,
that. It's
80s,
like
90s.
everything. Yeah, it's like one of those like so. But it's just amazing. Like everybody that has been to our house, it's like when we'll play it on and playing games or whatever, and they're like, "What is this station?"
Is
it's
iHeart
really good one.
free or like the one that
Yeah.
you have? Yeah.
Yep.
Because I just signed up setting up the podcast. And so I was
Mhm.
like, well, that's interesting because like I think about like Chiefs games. Like, could I
Oh,
potentially
yeah.
get the radio station streaming?
The broadcast.
Yeah.
What was that program that everyone listened to for a while where it just played, but it kind of made it depending on what you disliked and liked on it, and you could skip songs, but you could only have so many skips?
Spotify.
No.
Well, are you thinking like Pandora?
That's
Oh,
yes,
Pandora.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
It's
yeah.
same concept. Spotify.
Wasn't
Apple
Spotify
Music,
like
they've all
that?
tried to
And
do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, see, I never knew Spotify did that. 'Cause I-
Pandora did better on the like dislike.
yes.
But now Spotify's added the dislike. They used to
'Cause it'll
just have
build your
like. It would
algorithm
only be
for you.
like. You could only upvote. You couldn't downvote.
yeah.
Now they've added some of that stuff. So it's a little bit weird, but like, yeah. I wish the same thing because I've listened to a lot of Spotify, a lot of Apple Music, and I'm like, they introduced me to something, and I was like, nope.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
I just
Sometimes
need
it's
a
great.
note button. But I don't use it a lot, but sometimes I need that.
Sometimes
note
you need a
button.
note. I mean, and it's segue into that. Before the podcast started, we were talking about how our phones are always listening to us, and it is driving me crazy. I mean, you talked about what were you talking about? And it happened.
Yeah, we were just talking over Easter about like teardrop campers and stuff, and all
Yeah.
of a sudden it's on my TikTok now.
Yeah. So mine does that all the time, and I don't like it. And they say there's settings. So like the kids think I'm stupid, but when they leave my house, like, you know, because I have them 1 week on, 1 week off, but I unplug all the Alexas. I don't use them. And I feel like they're listening to me, and I know that makes me sound like
They
a
are
psycho.
listening to you.
That's what I know they are, because I'll talk about things and then it pops up on my fucking phone all the time, and I don't like
Your
that.
phone's listening to you too.
But I can't turn that off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
That's what I'm saying.
that's a total grandpa move. Like, get off my.
I
lawn.
know,
Like,
but also it's
Get
I
off
just
my
don't
lawn.
use them. So I'm like, what do I care? But they'll come home and they're like, why the hell is this unplugged again? I'm like, I don't know. Just play
I'm
it off.
just not
I'm
that.
glad we
I'm
came
just
back to the not cool again.
right.
Well, you know,
Good lord,
We
old
are-
Sorry,
man.
buddy.
we are a full spectrum of things.
We are both things.
Sometimes
on
we
this
are
thing.
cool. A lot of times we're not cool.
1 minute we're chugging out of baseball bats. The next
Yep.
minute we're like, God, turn off that Alexa. It's following.
God damn it! Someone plugged it back in.
Uh,
They're out to get me. Some goddamn chemtrails in the sky. Fuck, dude, that's something we should talk about one of these days. Not this one, because I could talk a while about like either your favorite doesn't mean you believe it conspiracy theory,
oh,
or even one that you maybe do believe a little bit, because there's so many.
That's
There's so
great
many.
episode
There's-
idea.
yeah.
We should save that one.
Conspiracy
that, 'cause
theories,
That
yeah.
could be.
Well, because now
Oh,
there's shit
wow.
coming out about like, you know, I mean, let's be honest. I called it the JFK thing. They were like, we're going to release the files. I'm like, they're not going to fucking tell you anything.
right.
It's going to be millions of pages of redacted information. And that's exactly what it was. It didn't do anything because they're at the end of the day. Anyway, see, I'm already going. So nope, we'll do that next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's a
will
good
say
one.
for
we're
this
gonna do
bat-
that. Yeah.
For the baseball bat thing though, we have to have walk-up songs when we do it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh.
Dude, I'm a
So
genius.
just so you know, guys, this is exactly how this podcast gets put together. We
We-
sit around and drink and we start, hey, you know what we need to do? You know what we need to do?
yeah, but we usually follow through.
Yeah.
But we are
Well,
like,
now it's recorded, so that'll
well,
help us remember a little bit, you know?
But people, I've had people ask me like, "Oh, do you guys like plan out everything you're talking about?" I'm like, loosely. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be like we started today. He's like, "Do you have anything to talk about?" I'm like, "A little bit. This,
Yeah.
that, you two." We don't plan it. Like, we just go off
we
the
don't
cuff.
overly plan it. We have some ideas, and then when we do try to plan it out, we don't stick to the script at
No.
all.
At all.
When we
At
tried
all.
to do the movie one, and that just turned into something else. Which
So
yeah,
if you
that'll
love it,
come
we
up.
really appreciate it because we know this is like
Right.
an ADHD nightmare.
Right.
But that's how our minds work. So
I think it helps.
I think there's a lot
there's
of
a reason
people-
why Ashley loves it. You know,
There's a lot of-
ADHD is like
there's
perfect for it,
A
right?
lot
Yeah,
of people
yeah.
that this
Yeah.
is the way they're
This is the way it goes.
way their
brain
conversations
works.
go
Yeah,
and their
so,
brain works. So.
Well, it gets so much worse at, you know, not being cool. At 40 years old, my memory just, it was never great, but now it's bad. I use my calendar so much because if I don't, I'll forget. Like, there's no way I'm going to remember everything. That's why even like, you'll say, "Oh, do you have something to talk about from this week?" I'm like, I don't really remember what I did this week,
Right.
so I guess I didn't have that crazy of a week. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm trying to be better about making notes throughout the time. Or
I
that's
do
what, that's
that.
why I use our text thread a lot to
Yep.
throw stuff in there that
Yeah.
even if it's
Yeah.
nothing to talk about, but just so I can go back and look at it. But so you talk about that, like me doing my own, start my own business, running off that and not
Shout out Clear Day Solutions.
right. Yeah. Thanks, dude. Which, yeah, let us know if we need you. But no, for real, like I would always use my Outlook calendar so much and it was so tied into everything I did that then I was using like Yahoo and I was using, I had like a Google calendar and they're just not the same.
Yeah.
And I am finally got myself, Eric, help me out. Get me right on the right page.
Shout
here
out
again to
resident
where-
IT guy.
Right. So, he looks at me and laughs like, you idiot. This is what you need. But anyways,
Hold on, I gotta say quick. He does the same shit to me. Today
Yeah.
he's like, I need to get into YouTube. I'm like, oh, like I can find the password because I made all the socials,
Right.
but I was like, fuck. I tied it to my Gmail, and he's like, okay, how about the we're still cool, right? Email, the Gmail. I was like, oh, okay. Ooh, I think I tied that to me. He goes, no, you didn't. You can't. And I was like, okay, here's what I have. We'll talk to you later. And he's like, I got to figure it out by.
let's see, from now on, we just need to let him set everything up.
I know.
And then, that's
He
the
does
only way
enough,
this-
though. I don't wanna do-
I
yeah.
know. Yeah.
I
So,
like posting on social media, but I'm just not like, the password and the tech side of it. I don't know what ties to what. And
it's like, I am the oldest man ever. Every time a fucking password, I can never get it. Ashley just rolls her eyes. And
use
it's
that
like,
passkey. That's
I
helped me a
do. I
ton.
use it now,
Yeah.
but then I never fucking update it, or it's not working for something, or something else comes up, and I can never get in. Like I'm like, my blood just, God, fuck, just there goes. I'm like,
That's our
hate it.
age.
Oh,
I mean, Eric's been doing this stuff so long. This freaked Logan out years ago. I don't know. He needed your email for something, and he goes, "What's up with Eric?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's
well,
like,
there could be a lot.
he's
What
like,
do you
"Have you
mean?
Yeah,
seen
there's
his-
a lot of
Why
things
was he
there.
drinking? Or what was he
yeah,
doing?
I was like, buddy, sit down and let me grab a whiskey. And he just goes like, have you seen his email? And I had to think for a second. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like E Mullen or but he's like, it's at like hisname.com. I'm like, dude, he's an IT guy. He just made it. I don't know how
Right,
they do
right,
that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But that blew his mind. He's like, I can email Eric at ericallen.com. I'm like, kind of, like, I don't know.
Yeah. So
I don't know how that stuff works.
back in the day before like Gmail and all this shit was prevalent, like when you switched internet providers,
Yeah.
you changed email addresses.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck that. So
Oh,
I made
that's
my own
right.
domain. So that way I never changed my email address.
So do you own ericallen.com?
EricWallen.com. So
What can we do
hey,
on that?
Hey, we're gonna get into this for just a minute because
Oh,
there's some
look at him! Look at
motherfucker.
him! Look at the joy
Look at
on
the- look
his
at the
face.
happiness in his
oh,
face
like
right
he is
now.
like,
There's some motherfucker I don't know him, but
Ladies
I'm
and
gonna call him
gentlemen,
a
if you could
motherfucker
see his
anyway.
dick right now, it is so
Motherfucker.
hard.
Yeah.
This guy, his name is Christopher Erickson Allen. He owns ericallen.com.
No.
And if it ever goes for sale, like he forgets to renew his shit, I will own that because I have like a pay on it. Like if it becomes available, I'm buying that shit.
So it,
But-
it'll
So does he
alert
have
you if it-
anything?
He's still no, but isn't I assume he goes by Eric Allen, so I don't want to say a motherfucker, but like
No, I'll call him
when
a
I when I
motherfucker.
went to look for it, I was a little pissed because I was like ericallen.com, Eric with a K. C is more common.
Sure.
So
Sure.
I'm like, Eric with a K is gonna be available. This is back before the internet boom and all
Say this
shit.
is like what,
Like
1999?
before
I don't know.
GoDaddy,
Yeah.
like when
It was,
like,
it was early 2000s. I was
Okay.
looking at this shit.
So will it alert you if he doesn't pay up?
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy.
you know, all that IT stuff is still just magic to me. Even and you're like back in the day, like figuring
dude,
it out.
Domain names, like that, when you think about that stuff. Now, .coms have become really rare, but like
.edu.
other stuff is way available, and it's like $30 a year. Like,
Well,
it's
and
like cheap.
I
You
remember
can get even cheaper.
I had heard like right away when .com or whatever became popular, and there was building websites. People went out and bought like Pepsi,
All of
all
them.
the huge
them.
brands. So then they had to buy them out. Was that you?
No, I still have a
You
couple.
had
I
a
still have a
good-
couple. I let
Shut up.
one
Tell me,
go.
what's your favorite one?
I bought a bunch around Hawkeye tailgating because I was big into like tailgating
Yeah,
for
you were.
Iowa, and like people were making websites to sell the parking spots, and so I bought a bunch around that.
And you still have them?
I let some of them go because it's not a thing anymore so much.
Yeah.
There's different ways to manage that. And you
But
don't need
but
a
people
website,
still
but-
do that. They buy websites, and it ends up turning into something.
No, you're good. I was just messing with that.
I was
'cause
a little
bumped
bit
it, so.
behind the big boom in that space.
Yeah.
but
See, my brain does not work that way.
Me neither. Like it sounds.
I'm still
cool.
trying to get through the fucking password to get online, and he's got my domain
Sean's
name
like, I
all-
bought Sean.com 27 years ago, and I forgot the password.
Right, exactly.
You'd be that guy who has like
Right.
$1 million of Bitcoin, but you're like, I can't get in.
Fucking no idea.
Have you heard about like those people? Like the guy,
Yes.
like a guy threw like a hard drive away that had his Bitcoin code on it, and it's worth like $50 million or something like that. And he said he was gonna buy the landfill and try to go through it to find it,
yeah.
because the
I heard about
landfill is
that.
like a few million, and it's. But I'm like, you're never gonna find it. It's literally a needle in a haystack.
For
I
$50
don't
million, I
understand.
don't know.
I don't understand how you like do that.
Like, get rid of it.
Yeah, like
Without
you
having
don't
it backed up.
understand. I
There it
completely
is. There it
understand how
is.
something
Yeah.
like this happens.
That guy
but
is
yeah.
Sean
But,
and
but
me.
you
Right.
but you buy something like think about it like this.
I buy
Like,
lots
if
of
I
dumb
bought-
shit.
If I bought like stock certificates today, like that maybe is like a little more simple thing, right?
Sure.
Like maybe you bought stock in your local bank. You're gonna put those in a safety deposit box or like in a fire safe or something, right?
That's true. Yeah, I have.
Same thing
I have
with
some of those,
crypto.
yeah.
If you get that fucking key, put it on a USB thing and throw it in a fire
Not
safe.
gonna lie, a lot of the ones I were in my desk drawer that was locked in my office. So, yeah.
Are they still locked in there?
Just
But
think
no.
about it like this:
No,
if you had a
now they're
stack of
now they're-
$10,000,
now because now everything's electronic. Now they don't even give out most don't even give certificates
if
anymore.
you had
Like,
cash
do like a-
cash money,
yeah,
would you set it in your desk drawer or would you put it in a safe?
no, I
That's what I'm saying. It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
It is, but in that guy's defense, when he probably owned all
I
that,
know what
it
you're
was probably
saying.
worth-
It's the same thing,
but
but
for
it's
that
not.
guy, I bet it was worth pennies when he did it.
Yeah.
He probably never imagined
Dude,
Bitcoin was going to blow
I
up.
had so many opportunities I should have bought into Bitcoin like way early and I didn't. I made a little bit of money off
Well,
of
can
it,
you
but it's
recognize
not
the
like-
next one so we can be rich? Because
Dude,
this is annoying.
I always feel like this. I'm always behind the 8 ball on this shit.
Yep.
Like I can make a little bit because I recognize it just
Yeah.
early enough to make a little bit, but
You're never the
Dude.
first guy in.
fucking Bitcoin.
I saw
I
some,
had friends telling me I should buy that, and I was like, that sounds unstable and scary, and I don't have a lot of extra money.
well, because some of
you
it
know?
is scary and unstable. Like, do you remember NFTs when those blew up for like a hot minute, and it was the dumbest fucking thing? Do you even
Hey,
know what
how
those
about the
were?
Hawk Tua girl
Yeah.
where she
Oh,
made
yeah.
her little pump and dump?
Yeah, but
You know, maybe
but she
when
can go
the
to
We're
jail
Still
over
Cool
it.
We're Still Cool Right podcast goes big, we could just like make a meme coin. That shit.
Folks, that's
see,
one
that-
thing you can count on us for. We are
We won't
not
do
going
that.
to
Not
do
doing
that.
that shit. No, I'm just saying.
We're
like,
in it together. We're in it together.
that is a scheme. You know, it's
But
a
it-
rug pull scheme. Like
That's like the shittiest thing
I don't
ever.
I don't
Bitcoin and
and
stuff
I'm not
is
defending
like
this
that.
chick, but I don't think she knew. Like,
God, no.
people-
That'd be like Eric come to us and be like, this is what we're going to do. And be like,
we would
yeah,
totally agree. Yeah, but
and then all of a sudden,
but she wasn't friends
Has
with
anybody
these
talked to
people.
Eric
And then
in
I-
2
and then
weeks?
I,
Nope,
like,
he's
rip the
gone.
money out and leave
Yeah,
you
and he's
guys.
gone.
I'm like
yeah.
in the Bahamas or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
It's fucked up, and it's even worse when you fuck over a bunch of strangers. Well, don't fuck over anyone, but yeah, I think someone gets in those rich people's ears, goes, "Hey, promote this."
I mean, hey,
they get rich and they bounce, and then the only person that's left to be mad at is the one that you went for. So I understand it.
Yep.
But don't fall for scams.
Yeah,
It's so
don't do
dude,
that shit.
Have
just
either of
don't
you
be
ever?
a dick.
Well,
People,
don't-
stop being dicks.
But also don't buy stupid shit from stupid people. Like, I mean, as much as that whole, like her notoriety, like I just saw that as what it
which
was.
is
It's
still.
like,
ugh.
I was entertained as fuck by all the videos and all that shit. Like,
Me
she-
too.
and
So
I
was
was
I.
so happy for her that she like, you know, she went
She raised
viral
like $1 million.
off of something
She
and
raised
made
like
money.
millions of dollars for dog
Yeah.
shelters or something like that.
But I was like, that's amazing. I'm not, you know, the message, whatever, doesn't matter. But it was like amazing. That's great for her. As soon as she did the meme coin, I'm like, fuck. Like, you're fucked.
I'm
I'm so
out.
done.
Yeah, you did.
Like, don't do shit like that. Like, don't fall for that shit.
Yeah. The only thing we're gonna sell is drinking bats.
Yeah.
Dimensional Brewing. In
You
Dubuque.
should go to Dimensional.
You
They'll
should go to
probably,
Dimensional
they'll probably
Brewing
give you one of these drinking bats, but
and
you
sell,
should buy
yes,
one.
buy some Dimensional Brewing.
Just
bats.
buy their beer.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell
so
our
good.
friends at Dimensional that you heard it from us.
The only other thing we are kicking
It's
around
not going to
is
get you anything, but let them know that you heard it from us.
we are working on some merch. We're working on a logo, but if anyone knows any good graphic designers,
Yeah.
like that, you have a hookup there. We're floating
Or if
around
you're
it.
interested, you can do it.
But honestly, even if you
Email
have
us.
a great idea of a logo, anything like that, send your ideas in. We'll talk about them.
Or if you want to be a part of it, email us. If you want to give it a shot, give us a quote to do it. Like we're all for it.
Yeah,
Like,
we have some good friends that are interested in
Yeah.
helping, but they're
I'd
also
love-
very busy, and
Well, it's not only
their
that,
money,
I would
their
love to
time's
get-
worth money too.
I'd
so.
love to get people's ideas that listen to the show, like what
Yeah,
they think. They've listened to
love
the
that.
show. What do you think a good logo would be? Like, I floated the idea because I always call you the man pulling the strings as a joke, but I thought like him
the Puppet Master.
having us on puppet strings
Mm-hmm.
would be hilarious. But if someone comes up with something, please email us because we'd love to hear it. We'll float all ideas.
Yeah.
And
For
also
sure.
email any ideas. Emails are probably our favorite thing to read because
It's actually just gives us,
'Cause we
like we
don't-
said, when we have good topics to talk about.
well, we
like
just
type
don't
of
know
deal.
what's
Yeah.
going to come in. And
Right.
I like the unknown. I like just the best thing we do is talk off the cuff.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to go in with a plan.
Speaking of that, I had some fun this weekend with going to Easter and listening to people that were, or talking to people that listen to the podcast that like it. And
Okay, you can stroke my ego. Go.
yeah, they got some comments.
Unless
you know,
it's bad,
like
in
it's
which
funny
case I
because
don't wanna
everyone's
hear
like, I love it, you know, because it's like the closest people to you that, you know, would do it. And they're like, I would just love your podcast. I laugh so much. Have you ever thought about this? Have you ever thought, you know what I mean? Those things. And it's like, it's because I'm like, all right, we got you thinking you like this. You want to make it better. But it was, yeah. So then there was somebody there that I didn't know because we were at like a big family one. So it was like, there's lots
Was
of
this
people
your
at
side
it.
or Ashley's side?
It was my side.
Okay.
And so, but then like we were at my aunt and uncle's house, but then it was like, then their family, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
there's lots of people
extended.
there. It was just huge.
Yep.
And we're talking about it. And this older gal was asking me, you have a what now? And I'm like, oh, it's a podcast, you know? And she's like, really? Well, what's the name of it? And I like tell her, she's like, well, I'm going to have to start listening. And in my head, I'm like, that would be fucking amazing if like, do
Dude.
you really know what it is or do you not? Like, I mean, she seemed to be cooler than us,
Old
cooler
people,
than me
Old people
already.
are the coolest.
But she had it figured out, and I was like, so shout out to you, honey. I don't know, I never caught your name, but if you did listen to it, I'd love
You
it.
gotta,
And
like-
it was at Easter where we talked about it. So
Afterwards, send them a text message or like send them a video chat that says, Alexa, play We're Still Cool, right?
right, right, there you go, there you go.
Plays through the
Because like,
whole nursing
everybody's
home.
got one, right? Like everybody has one now.
They got something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe our first guest should be someone that's like 65 plus years old.
okay.
Why not?
I mean, you probably assume that's like me and somebody that I like. My, right? Like, you're-
Honestly,
like,
Sean, I just always
one of
assume you're
Sean's
thinking
peers.
about something else instead of listening to me. So I'm kind of shocked you caught that.
it's a good shit. I mean, the Weller over here is distracting me a little bit about like.
God, I know we do just want to rip into that, don't we?
Thank God for
We
Eric.
still got to do bat chugs. So maybe we'll do both.
Tonight?
Yeah, we got to make a video after this for the socials.
Okay.
For the
Yeah.
socials, Mike. For the socials.
Shout out to my
For
boss
this-
when I call in tomorrow.
It's
Just
for
kidding,
you. It's
kidding.
for you guys. It's actually for
It's
you guys.
totally
The
for you
listeners.
guys, not
It's
to-
for the listeners.
It's like Brian Adams says, which this should be our motto. Everything we do it for you.
Do we have a timer on this one? Where are we at?
We're pretty close. We could do a dad joke.
I think it's time for the dad joke. Unless
Dad
you
joke?
had, did you have anything else on your?
No, I had a couple stories, but those can wait. Like
That's funny.
they're not. Yeah.
Tune in.
Lastly,
Stories
though,
on the
again,
way.
Shout out to Nicole for my favorite sticker.
She's
Everybody
awesome.
remember, it's not an addiction until you suck dick for it.
There you go.
And with that,
Then
I'll
we'll leave
give
you
it
with
to
the dad joke after this. Now I have to say, I watched him look this up, and it was the first one he just started giggling. So
I did see him giggling.
like, but to the point where we're like, what's he up to? And then
Yeah, I
he's
thought
like,
he was fucking
Then
with
he's
us.
like, okay, I'm ready to go. I found the dad joke. All right,
Like
so-
I was putting clown faces on you guys or something in
Yeah.
the video.
Well, wait, hold on. You had said you have a gift for us, and then you started laughing your ass off 5 minutes later, and I was like, oh,
Ah,
fuck.
fuck, we're done. We're done.
Hit it.
All right. Dad joke of the day.
Okay.
I saw an ad that said radio for sale, $2. Volume will not change. I can't turn that down.
Oh, my God. Dude, before the end of it, I'm like, I don't get it.
So did I, when he-
You're an idiot.
When he said volume will not change, I'm like, I don't understand it. I didn't know there's. I
I
God,
can't
there's
turn
more.
that down.
Yeah, thank God you finished because I was like, I was gonna go. You giggled at that. I have no idea what the fuck you just said.
Well, there is some you should know. You've been with me to a few comedy shows.
Yeah,
If they're bad, I'll still laugh because I can't handle it.
that's true.
And I'll laugh loud. Like I'm just, yeah,
Yeah,
Because I just,
we got to get to a good one this year.
we do need. Is Penguin still around? By the way,
No.
so is there even? There's nothing. I mean, Theo, I saw he's coming.
So yeah, Theo's coming.
A lot of them do like Paramount and stuff.
Well,
They've been pushing big
Yeah, but
venues,
but they're just like the local. Where is the closest club around here anymore?
So there, I'll have to look into it. I don't
Is
want
there-
to shout it
they're
out 'cause I
gonna
don't know
do
if it's
one?
open. There was a place open called the Lucky Cat. They
Oh,
closed,
yeah.
but then I've heard they're still doing comedy and comedians like local ones out of somewhere, but I don't know where.
Yeah,
I heard it
if
might go
what
to
I,
Iowa
what I
Brewing.
saw with them is they were like, they'll just pop into places.
Oh,
they'll
okay,
be
okay.
like more because they did one at Field Day,
Like kind
I'm
of one of the
pretty sure.
ghost
Like,
kitchen type things, but for more of
yeah,
like
they're
a
just trying to
comedy
be like,
thing.
let's do it at a bigger venue that people are there anyway,
Yeah.
type of thing. And they did one at Field Day just recently.
Man, if
it
anybody
was-
here that knows that stuff, let us. We would love to be a part.
Yeah.
Love to like.
We're
We're,
all
not going to do stand up
big
comedy,
comedy
but like
fans.
we're huge fans of it and love to promote it. You
Yeah.
know, whatever way
That's
we could
always
be.
been
That'd
on
be
my
like,
bucket list to do, but I don't, I'm just too scared.
my buddy did it.
I know.
Keaton did it. So
Let's talk about that next time.
he wants to talk. He wants to come on and talk about it. I think we should let him eventually. But
Yeah. that'd
Wait,
be
hold on.
fun.
But,
Kate wants to talk.
yeah,
That's
right?
crazy.
Hey, Chris, we love you.
I love you. Anyway, so
we do have some guests potentially coming up. We're
We
kind of
do.
making
We
the
do.
list, and we want it to be like specific to the show, not just like
yeah, we're not just gonna have
our friends or whatever, which
yeah,
is fun.
no,
But
that's totally fun. And we probably will do that because we can talk about us and most of our friends we're all friends with and we all have known each other forever. So
Right.
it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have some good things cooking. So
Oh, I was going to share with you guys too. I got a message the other day that from a family friend that we have inspired her to start a podcast because
No
she's
way.
been listening to us since we started. And she's like, I'm just having so much fun listening to you guys. And then she's like, okay, how do I do this? And I was like, well, you need an Eric. Okay. Like this is really what makes this happen because the idiots that talk
Yeah,
the
we're just
most
stupid
of
behind the
Mike
mic.
and I, like we just have a bunch of things to say, but the key to making this all work is an Eric. So
you need an Eric and,
So-
and at least one other person that won't shut up.
So I
Yeah.
mean, for nothing else, we inspired.
Can I ask who or should we not say?
Oh yeah, shout out to Carol. Yeah,
Carol, okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I was
Carol,
curious who it was.
in Omaha. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, she's
Dude.
been a big listener. Like, and right away, like she was one of the first comments that we had, like about how she just loved it. You guys are so funny, you know, and had that. And then she's like, "Well, we want to do." Outside of us two talking, what else can we do? And
Yeah,
I was like,
the,
"Oh, here is
the
it. Here we go."
technology side
Yeah.
is the hardest thing. Anyone can.
It really
well,
is, yeah.
I've learned not everyone can just sit behind a mic and talk, but
True.
you know, luckily we can.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, we said we're going to do this no matter what. We do this for fun. We
Yeah.
do this for us. Us three have a great time doing it.
Right.
We're not looking at anything, but whatever happens, happens. But we're having a blast. So we're going to keep doing it.
And
What did
I-
we say? Episode 1. Whether you listen or not, we're going to keep doing it.
We're gonna keep doing it.
Yep.
There it is.
So
And like Sean brought this up, that Carol like is not here local, but if anybody's in the Cedar Rapids area and is looking for something, Mango Mustache, we can help. I'm not an employee, but we can definitely help
Yeah, we
make
could talk
something
about
happen.
it.
So
Actually-
if you guys want to reach out to us, we can get you in
Reach out if
connection
you
with-
email us. We can help connect you too, because it's yep.
So let
We're
me-
learning and we're willing to share because it
Yeah.
is fun. So
Let me say that one more time. So please, any ideas, anything you want us to say on the show, anything you want to know if it's still cool, anything about logos, we'd love to hear from you no matter what it is. We're still cool, right? At gmail.com.
there it is. All right, guys.
We'll see you next week.
All right, love you. See ya.
Bye.
Right.
Oh, I have to piss so bad. I bet we all do.